Welcome to OffTrack RC. I'm Chris Parrish alongside our magic Mike of metal, Mike Bufka. Bufka, we're going SportMod racing.
That we are, and we had a really competitive set of brackets last month. This time we're really excited to see how these close competitors line up against each other. Guys are getting this type of track layout really figured out. You know, most of our finishes we had to do a lot of reviews, so we'll see just how tight the racing is this week.
A lot of drivers coming back off of the off season, also getting a groove back on things, and so they have one event under their belt. It should be really exciting to see how it all plays out.
Well, the first thing that played out is Jeremy Mark on top of the bracket with a 10:19, leading the charge with Taurus as our fast qualifier. Equalizer in 10:41 in second, and Little Tiger, Andy Salerno, tied with a 10:41 in third. It is tight at the top of the lineup. We'll see how it all plays out as we get into racing action. Round number one brings our top qualifier to the line. First up in a perfect 32 truck bracket, number 1 versus number 32, Taurus versus Monster Patrol. On this sweeping tornado style track, the top qualifier off to the lead and rolls to victory. Our second pair, the 16-17 matchup, brings Wildside and the Punisher to the line. A big charge off the line for Wildside. A little bit ahead on the back straightaway into the final corner. Wow, it got tight. Wildside ahead by a nose, edges out Fred Gores and the Punisher. Toodles and West Virginia Mountaineer. Mountaineer being driven by Isaac Ankrum as a replacement driver. Cheech, Gosh, not able to make the event, the normal driver. But by penalty, Toodles will get the victory on that one. Mortician and Orange Thunder. Neck and neck off the line over the car set. Trouble in the first corner for Thunder. Mortician off to the lead. And all the way to victory for Dalton McKay, a newcomer to the OTRC series. Calder Sick and the Snakebite facing off against Fred Kurz and Maximum Effort. Fred just narrowly lost with the Punisher. What's he got with Maximum Effort? Neck and neck into the final corner. Oh, but some problems for the Snake, and the Max Effort pays off. Thunder Chicken and Aquabats on the line right now. Ooh, issues for Aquabats. That is not super rad as Thunder Chicken off in the lead, but Aquabats charging. Not quite enough as the chicken is a cluckin'. Metal Health, Devin Treat, and TMNT, Andy Salerno in the near lane. Ooh, wow, both trucks duff the entry into the dog leg. Back up and try again. Salerno rising from the sewers for the victory. Austin 316, Josh Rhodes back on tour with OTRC for the first time this season against Levi Shones and Bigfoot Chrome Illusion. No rust on. Oh, I spoke a little too soon, but throw it in the air. It's Austin for the win. Gravedigger Evolution, Jordan Sick against Equalizer. Chris Parrish, the number 2 qualifier. Perhaps some issues for Gravedigger on the starting line. Equalizer, the team PRP Goblin X Chassis. Smooth save them around the track. Mike Spurlock and his wild foot against King Kong, driven by Chris Lane. Oh, a big leap for the Kong, but it was a leap to victory for Wildfoot. Barefoot, Chris Parrish, and Jeremy Mark and the Mongoose. Barefoot has been ill handling all season long so far, and once again not getting it done as the Mongoose easily with the win. Iron Aaron James with chain reaction in the far lane, facing off against Rap Attack with a fill-in driver, Levi Shones, replacing Dan Chichagash. The replacement driver goes down as chain reaction moves on. Don Breeden has brand new Power Wheels Bigfoot in the far lane, and Andy Salerno and Little Tiger in the near lane. Little Tiger, a new identity for Salerno this season. Oh, a little wide, hung up on the light barrier, but he's able to get it done and move on. JV Scale Graphics in the far lane against Josh Rose and Wildfoot in the near lane. JV Scale Graphics right there, but Wildfoot gets the win. Bigfoot 10, driven by Tyler Ham, a newcomer on the OTRC circuit, and Orange Fury. Orange Fury 2 gets this win. Samson, Devin Treat, and Roadhog, Iron Aaron James. James a little wide through the corner. Treat a little more cautious around the corner. Oh, James ducks that obstacle. That'll be a 2-second penalty. Can Treat overcome it? It doesn't look like it. The win goes to Roadhog. Round number 2 of action brings our number 1 qualifier back to the line against the number 16 qualifier, Wildside Spurlock behind the wheel. Mark out in the lead, but he looks like penaltied and now stumbles in the final corner as Wildside flies past at the finish line, it looks like. We'll take a quick look back. There you see Taurus with issues in the far lane, and then compounded coming out of the corner, hitting the tire barrier, and there flies Wildside. Toodles, Caleb Jasinski, and Mortician, Dalton McKay on the line. 2 relative newcomers here battling out. Mortician with a great start off of the line, carrying the lead into the back straightaway. A little bit of trouble in the final corner, but no change to the outcome as Mortician gets it done. The Big Chicken, Thunder Chicken, Chris Lane, and HH Maximum Effort, Red Coors. The Minivan Man in the near lane, off to a commanding lead. The Chicken is a-charging, but the Max Effort gets it done. The Big Turtles back on the line. TMNT facing off against Austin 316. Oh no, the Turtle's gone turtle as Austin rolls to the win. Mike Spurlock and the Wildfoot up against Equalizer, Chris Parrish. This is the number 218 matchup. Equalizer number 2 qualifier. Equalizer off to a lead, charging into the final corner. Spurlock still there, but not enough. Equalizer with the win. Chain Reaction, Aaron James, and Mongoose, Jeremy Mark. Wow, did you see that corner from Jeremy Mark in the near lane, right around the edge of the tires? A little bit slower, but he cut the distance and cut straight to victory. Wildfoot driven by Josh Rhodes and Little Tiger, Andy Salerno. Salerno, the number 3 qualifier, doing well today. Slight bobbles for both trucks, but Salerno recovers quickly and carries the momentum all the way to the finish line. Roadhog, Aaron James, and Bigfoot 10, Tyler Ham. James off to a quick lead, but then ducks it in the first corner. A little wide for Bigfoot 10, but still in the lead. James is charging right there. Oh no! Wow, it got messy. Oh, James with a penalty over the final obstacle, but cleared the time penalty for the win. Round 3, Mortician and Wildside on the line. Wow, it looked like Mortician cut a great tree, but Wildside's right there trying to charge back into the final corner. Issues for Mortician. Whoa, no! Wildside with major issues on the top end of the track. Taking a look back at the crunch time moment, it's a double feature. Right there you see Mortician just bury the competition on the starting line. But charging back through the final corner, Wildside hammered down a clean hit, but on the finish line, the broken knuckle on the rear of that Clodbuster base truck, that's going to be an issue going forward. We'll see what they can do. They'll be thrashing before the next round. But right now, we're thrashing through the bracket, Austin 316 and Maximum Effort. Ooh, a great turn by the minivan. Maximum Effort flexing some muscle today, putting down Austin. Mongoose Jeremy Mark in the far lane, and Equalizer Chris Parrish in the near lane. This is a 7-2 matchup. Neck and neck, two different approaches around the track. Oh, it's tight into the final corner, but Equalizer with the power down all the way across the finish line. Wow, did you see that? Let's take a quick look back. That was a unique moment. All that power still on the ground, and a donut after the end of the track for the Equalizer. Roadhog Aaron James and Little Tiger Andy Salerno. Salerno off to the lead, trying to hold him on his hip. Oh, he hit the tire barrier. He had to recover quickly, but the Tiger pounced on the finish line. This is semifinal action, the final four. HH Maximum Effort, Fred Kors in the far lane, and Wildside Mike Spurlock in the near lane. They thrashed to get that truck back together. I think it was mostly made of zip ties and wishful thinking, as Maximum Effort is going to the finals. In our other semifinal, it is Little Tiger Andy Salerno and the number 2 qualifier, Equalizer. Trouble for Salerno on the starting line. It looks like a free ride for the Equalizer. The Team PRP Goblin X chassis goes to its first finals.
All right. Consistency has been the key to getting into the final today, and both of these drivers have been possibly two of the most that we've seen consistently in quite a while. What part of the track have you guys felt have been your advantage? Because we've seen, with the loop turn, it's throwing a lot of people around, but you guys have been consistent every time. Where have you guys been able to find the little advantages that have gotten you guys into the final round today? First, you, Chris?
I really do think it's getting out of that loop turn. You got to get through it, but getting out and getting the power down is definitely a key.
Fred, we've seen you come through really tight in this last corner quite a few times today. Do you feel like that's where it's going to be won for you, or do you have your eye on other spots in the course today?
I feel like it's won or lost in the corners today, and just keep it nice and tight and consistent.
Absolutely it is, and if we want to talk about consistent, these are the two most consistent drivers out here. Let's see who can put all the exact pieces together to make it through this final round. Back to you, Chris.
As Mike said, two of the most consistent drivers on the track today. Who can put it all together for the win in the racing finals? It's Maximum Effort and Equalizer. Equalizer off to the lead. Maximum Effort playing catch up. It's all power down. Whoa! It got a little wild after the finish line, but Equalizer with the win in race number 1. Taking a look back at the replay. Equalizer with the jump off the starting line. A great cut on that second leg of the loop corner. Power sliding through the final corner. Hits the power down. Hits the tire marker after the finish line. Cartwheeling spectacularly, but back on its wheels.
Chris, I'd like to just congratulate you on an absolutely picture-perfect run. That was as crisp as could be from start to finish. However, we saw you took quite a violent rollover just past the finish line. First of all, son, are you okay?
I am all good. We're going to check the truck over afterwards. But, man, I tell you what, me and Mike, this equalizer with the Team PRP Goblin X experimental chassis was just on rails today. Hopefully we're setting a great tone for the rest of the day as we go into race number 2 for SportMod. But wow, equalizer is feeling tough right now.
Well, speaking of having to go through the rest of the day, after that violent rollover, is the truck going to be okay to come back for our entire second round of racing today?
I hope so. We're going to dust off the body, maybe beat out some sheet metal. We're going to take a look over, look at some of the finer points like the servo, the ends of the axles, make sure that nothing's out of whack, but I think we'll be back. We'll be thrashing. I've got a great support crew here, and if we need help, I think everybody will be chipping in because that's the kind of family we are.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that truck is in any kind of condition like it was for this first bracket, you are going to be a force to be reckoned with this afternoon. Congratulations on the great run. Back to you in the booth, Chris. We're looking forward to more racing action.
Well, that was an exciting racing bracket as we're only halfway through SportMod in event number 2. We saw some wild moments from the wild side. Equalizer looking strong, but often a little wild. After the finish line, we saw the crazy donut. A lot of excitement throughout the day. These guys were really putting the power down on this track. We saw 2 first-time winners in 2025 with OTRC, while Equalizer will be thrashing to make sure the truck is all ready to go for Bracket 2, trying to take home the overall victory for the event number 2 with OTRC. We appreciate you joining us. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and join us on Facebook. Until next time, we'll see you then.